On Saturday and Sunday, coastal towns in the Western and Eastern Cape experienced a nightmare due to high waves, strong winds, and the spring tide. 2 individuals lost their lives, a well-known rock formation fell apart, hikers on the Otter Trail had to be evacuated, and a lot of property, including a few renowned seaside restaurants and coastal infrastructure, suffered major damage. Sunday saw the aftermath of a perfect storm that produced deadly waves fueled by a spring tide and extremely strong winds, leaving a number of people dead, and homeowners, companies, and municipalities throughout the Western and Eastern Cape coastlines assessing the damages. 93-year-old woman was watching the surf from a parking lot in Wilderness, Western Cape, when she was knocked down by a wave and drowned. Also reported by the Cougar municipality was the discovery of a man's body in the Eastern Cape's Aston Bay, close to Jeffreys Bay, who was thought to be 68 years old. Speaking on behalf of the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, COGTA, in the Eastern Cape, Philo Oliphant stated that there had been no reports of individuals being swept away by the rough sea, so they were unsure of where the body had originated. Sergeant Chris Spies, a spokesman for the Southern Cape Police, stated that no investigations into the woman in Wilderness being washed away had been started. The National Sea Rescue Institute, NSRI, was suggested as the source for inquiries. So, what is a perfect storm? A warning for severe winds that will last into the weekend was released by the South African Weather Service on Friday. The Eastern Cape Department of Local Government reports that warnings for gale-force winds with speeds between 60 and 70 km per hour and significant high waves of 5 to 7 meters have been issued. In Jebaha, Eastern Cape, wind gusts might reach high speeds of 95 km per hour, according to Garth Sampson from the South African Weather Service. The last time Nelson Mandela Bay had a perfect storm like this was in 2008, according to Dr. Gariko Kamoa, an environmentalist with a base in Jebaha and one of the municipal leaders creating a resilience plan for the metro against climate change. A powerful low-pressure system, stormy winds, and a tidal springtime convergence result in a perfect storm. According to Kokomoa, he slipped in a quick swim between storm tides. Climate change would make storm surges more intense and frequent as sea levels rise, he said, adding that he did not believe the storm was brought on by the phenomenon. A second alert for a new moon spring tide around the Western Cape and Eastern Cape beaches was issued by the NSRI on Sunday afternoon. There were reports of large and destructive waves caused by storm surges on Saturday in the Western Cape, especially in places like Cock Bay and Gordons Bay in the city of Cape Town. Roads and beaches were closed in George, Mossel Bay, and the Southern Cape. Spring tide occurs frequently in South Africa, according to forecaster Leklo Thobela of the South African Weather Service. He added that the unfavorable weather would continue through Sunday afternoon and into Monday early. Thobela claimed that the southern and eastern regions of the nation have received warnings about strong winds and the potential for infrastructure along the coast to be destroyed. Due to the high tides and rough seas, the municipality of George has shut down all beaches to people and vehicles. The disaster management and service teams for the municipality were closely monitoring the situation and on high alert as of Sunday morning, according to an update. More high tide surges with swells up to 2.9 meters were anticipated for Sunday afternoon. Therefore, complete cleaning and mopping up operations are suspended for the day. However, the municipal community services will remove the debris, according to the municipality. Infrastructure damage was being evaluated, and several locations close to George's beaches were without power. The NSRI verified that a 93-year-old woman died after being knocked off her feet near Lynchesklip, according to a Wilderness article in the Knysna Plet Herald. The Disaster Risk Management Centre for the City of Cape Town reported on Sunday morning that excessive waves and strong winds have affected communities in the coastal regions around Gordons Bay and Cork Bay. Initial evaluations revealed that 8 residences in the Gordons Bay neighbourhood of Bikini Beach had garage doors that were damaged, and sand and debris covered the affected areas. Disaster management teams had begun conducting impact assessments in those areas. There were rumors of excessive sand and rock deposits in the subway tunnels, as well as reports of harm to the St. James tidal pool. There have been no documented incidents of injuries or fatalities in the city. According to a statement, the city advises residents to avoid coastal areas as a precaution. Joy Van Eden, who resides in Gordons Bay on the beach, claimed that when she returned home to charge her phone, she and a number of pals were at a nearby yacht club. She made the decision to relocate her car into her garage after observing the choppy seas while at home. She said, "Then I saw a bigger wave, and I told Myson's friend to get his car into a garage so it wouldn't get swept away." Van Eden noted that a bakkie had been swept away by the waves, and added, "Other cars were not so lucky." Her garage door, which is composed of steel and wood, was broken out of the hinges by choppy waves and severe gusts overnight. Additionally, her freezer from the garage was submerged in water. Van Eden noticed lots of debris close to her home when she awoke in the morning. She said that the cleanup efforts were being handled by solid waste staff. Videos showing damage to Cock Bay's Brass Bell Beach restaurant went viral on Saturday. Assessments, according to the city, revealed that the indoor tidal pool was filled with sand and rocks, and that seating sections had been destroyed. Windows had also been shattered. Minor wounds were received by one person. Grant Riddles, the mayor of Hessequa, stated that the municipality's coastal regions, including the harbour at Still Bay, and roads in places like Whitsand and Guritzmond, had suffered damage. He stated that municipal workers had already been sent to begin the clean-up process. The waves on Saturday were like an angry sea, according to John Wills of the Hessequa municipality's coastal community of Jongens-Fontein. Some of the locals, according to Wills, who is a member of the local Ratepayers Association, claimed to have never seen a sea as bad as yesterday. Wills added that only one car had been found after assessing the damage, which included 2 cars being carried into the water. It had been destroyed, a concrete and stone pedestrian route. He declared, "All of that has been ripped." Garage doors and houses near to the water were harmed. Parts of the settlement were left without electricity as a result of electrical boxes being broken and debris being thrown across roads. The waves were 20 to 25 meters high, according to Wills. He said that the Hessequa municipality dispatched teams to sanitize the roadways and restore the damaged power supply. He stated on Sunday afternoon that the restoration of the electricity supply was fairly close. According to Wills, cleanup efforts are underway and might last the remainder of the week, while repairing the damage could take up to 6 months. The municipality in Mossel Bay has announced that mop-up efforts will begin on Monday. Initial damage risk analysis revealed significant damage to entry points at a number of beaches. In close proximity to the ocean, damage to private property was also observed. First and second beaches in Glen Tanner Beach and Dana Bay remained off-limits to the general public. The Dyers and Klein Brack beaches, as well as some of the surrounding vegetal dunes, have been reported to have minor surface damage, according to the Mossel Bay Municipal Environmental Team. In general, several parking lots and roadways near the seaside have sand and debris washed on them. According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, even with all our technology and the inventions that make modern life so much easier than it once was, it takes just one big natural disaster to wipe all that away and remind us that here on Earth, we're still at the mercy of nature. You can suggest topics you want to see next in the comment section below. Please subscribe to Weather Collapse if you want to know more and be updated on the latest news about natural calamities or disasters happening all over the world. And don't forget to like today's video. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.